Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome for the Japa inspiration today. Today it's connected. I called it enlightenment. Let's see what will happen to us, if it will work or not. I got this inspiration mainly from reading a book called Sri Namamrita. This is a book, this is like full of compilation of what Srila Prabhupada spoke about the holy name. And in the introduction, Srila Prabhupada brings the point how Krishna is non-different than the holy name, and how Krishna is also non-different than the holy scripture or the holy, pure spiritual sound vibration, like Shabda Brahman. Because Prabhupada explained that all knowledge, material or spiritual, they are contained into the Vedas. And then he explained that this Vedic knowledge exists in a pure sound vibration called Shabda Brahman. And further, Prabhupada explained that even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, by all the Vedas, I am to be known. And therefore, Prabhupada writes, the holy name, being non-different than Krishna, is the quintessence of all knowledge. And we hear that also in the Shikshashtakam verse, the first verse, where we hear that the holy name is like the wife, Vidya Vadu Jivanam, of all transcendental knowledge. So today we will try to keep that in mind as the introduction, and especially remember how the holy name is the wife of all the knowledge. All the knowledge are there in the holy name, but how actually the holy name is non-different than Krishna himself. That's we will make this first target or first aim into the chanting, to connect with this name, who is non-different than Krishna, possessing all knowledge. Satsvarup Maharaj was writing in one of his books how, what if Krishna will come and visit us? How much we would be there to welcome him. So further we meditate on the name being non-different than Krishna himself, and then we prepare ourselves for welcoming the holy name. The holy name of Krishna is there on our tongue, and Krishna is now going to appear, going to reveal to us if we chant sincerely. And we will develop a little bit more after in the second part. So we meditate mainly how the holy name is Krishna himself, full of transcendental knowledge. We connect with our feelings, how it feels to receive Krishna in the form of the holy name. So that will be for the first. So, Hare Krishna. We'll try to go to the next step, where we will open ourselves to the holy name. And in the same introduction of this book, Namamrita, Srila Prabhupada writes that chanting the holy name enlightens the soul with complete knowledge. And then he explained which type of knowledge. He said, the knowledge of our own existential identity, of material and spiritual world, the knowledge of God, and the knowledge of the soul eternal relationship with God. So this is all into the holy name, and is going to be revealed by the holy name to the sincere chanter. I was reflecting on the term reveal. Very often we hear of revealed scriptures. So this is something revealed, is something that is very confidential, very secret, that is given to us. So we will now try for this part to be more receptive, to open ourselves more to the holy name. We can chant the holy name, but ultimately the holy name is coming from the spiritual world and is descending on us. Angolokera Premadana Harinam Sankirtan. So we can try to pronounce the holy name as good as we can, but ultimately the holy name is descending, it is coming to us. So we'll try to focus on the sound vibration, to let go of our thoughts, to let go of our desires, to try to stay in the present moment and really allow the sound vibration to enter into our ears. There is we were reading recently in Golokadam in Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita. Prabhupada was saying something beautiful. He said, Krishna consciousness is already there with you and within everyone, but it has to be invoked. It is like a match. If you rub it, fire comes out. That rubbing process is chanting. So we have to inject Krishna consciousness into our ears, and we have to go on injecting. Wherever you go, you have to chant, and without any motives. So we try to stay in the present and really to allow the sound vibration to come inside of our ear, knowing very well it's something that will be revealed, something that will be descending on us. The only things we can do on our side is to be there, to be present. And Rupa Goswami actually give a beautiful comparison of the sunshine. And Rupa Goswami said, as a slight appearance of the sun dissipated the darkness of night, the slight appearance of the holy name of Krishna can drive away all darkness of ignorance. So we imagine the holy name that we chant is like a ray of light coming from above, coming from the spiritual dimension, and we are just there, available, attentive in the present moment, and we inject in our ears this holy name so that revelation might have here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So still in the same book, the Namamrita, still in the introduction, Srila Prabhupada gave a little hint about how the holy name can be revealed. He said that those who worship the Lord by chanting his holy name invoke the mercy of the Lord, who acts like the supreme friend of the conditioned soul by enlightening the soul from within. And this we know also in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna said, those who worship me, I will give them the intelligence to come to me. So we will try now to end this Japa meditation today by working on this point of worship, of worshiping the holy name. Often when we speak of worship, we speak of deity worship. And that's actually what the dictionary, I looked at the definition today. It is said worship means the feeling or expression of reverence and adoration for a deity. And our deity is now the holy name. And we try to, when we offer an arati to a certain deity, usually we turn around the deity so that the deity remains always in the center, and it remains in the center of our attention. So we will try now to worship the holy name while keeping really the holy name in the center of our attention. For us, the worship is an act of gratitude, an act of respect, and an act of affection toward the holy name. I was remembering how Lord Brahma, after he stole the cow boys, he was bewildered by Krishna, who had expanded himself as another set of cowboys and calves. And then he became very humble. He became very humble by the situation. And when he became humble, suddenly the whole Vrindavan Dham was revealed to him. So before he did not really see Vrindavan Dham, but at that time, when he was in this mood of humility, the whole Vrindavan forest was revealed. So we'll try to keep the holy name nicely in the center, try to worship the holy name with our attention, keeping him nicely in the center. And like we did in the first part, we are try to be there present to welcome the holy name. There are descriptions when Krishna comes back home in the evening that Nanda Maharaj is extending his hands and taking Krishna on his lap and moving the turban of Krishna and smelling his hair, and he has tears flowing down his eyes. And also when Mother Yasoda is waiting for Krishna, she's running in and out of the house all the time looking, is he coming? Is he coming? And then when he's coming, also she extends her arms like on the picture we saw, and she takes Krishna on her lap and she bathed him with her tears and her breast milk and remove all the dust from Krishna's body in this way. So this is like how Mother Yasoda and Nanda Maharaja welcome Krishna when he comes back home in the evening. So we try to be a little in this mood of worshipping Krishna, welcoming Krishna in his form of the holy name, letting him right in the center of our attention, and hope some revelation will be coming. Hare Krishna, thank you very much for joining us today. We were following an inspiration from Srila Prabhupada, written in the Namamrita book collection. And in the introduction, Srila Prabhupada was speaking of the holy name being non-different than Krishna, and also being full of this transcendental knowledge that can enlighten us. And then in the second part, and we see actually as soon as we keep the awareness that the holy name that we are chanting is not somebody ordinary, that is not something ordinary, the holy name, that we give some value to the holy name and remember that it's non-different than Krishna, that has all transcendental knowledge, then our approach to the chanting already make like a big switch forward. And in the second part, we were trying to be more receptive, understanding that we can chant the holy name, but the holy name is ultimately needs to descend on us, and we should infuse it in our ears, like Prabhupada was writing in this beautiful quote. And at the end, we were exploring the topic of worshipping the Lord, following Prabhupada's writing, and worshipping to keep Krishna in the center, and to have some feelings of respect, some feelings of affection, some feeling of love toward the holy name, and being there ready to receive the holy name, ready for a revelation to come. I know revelation sounds very lofty, and we might be a little bit thinking, yeah, that's not going to happen to me ever. But I think Krishna very much like to reveal himself to his devotees. And I think often, if I look at myself, I'm not hoping enough for revelation to come. I don't have much faith that it's actually going to happen, that it's wanted to happen. But if we open for that, and if we have the desire for that, and we don't immediately boycott ourselves, thinking that it's anyway impossible, then it might happen. If the desire is there and we have faith that it can happen, that it's possible for us, then it can happen. Otherwise, it's very, very difficult ever to happen if we boycott ourselves or don't have any faith that it will happen. But Krishna wants to reveal himself. The holy name wants to reveal to us as we chant, and it just needs to have the right tune of our consciousness, some desire, and really allow the holy name to come in like the ray of the light. So thank you very much for joining today. Hope something sticks and it will be helpful for your chanting this week. Wishing you all the best and see you next Monday. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.